Georgia is burning again, but this time it is not General Sherman marching. And we're back, Mike Cernovich, Cernovich.com. Enjoying the discussions today on Georgia, the civil war within the GOP, the civil war within the GOP amongst base activist element and then the GOP elite, and then the conventional thinkers, because there's definitely a divide right now. That there's a divide right now between the messaging and between the way people feel. Right? I believe that feelings matter more than facts. It's true. Is love a fact? Love is a feeling. Is loyalty a fact? Loyalty is a feeling. I believe in feelings more than facts. I think facts are in fact overrated, and in fact facts are harder to ascertain than you think they are. What is even a fact? So what I'm noticing is this. There are a number of people who are saying that unless they get what they want, then voters should sit out in Georgia. Right? Don't vote at all, they're saying, in the Georgia Senate race. The GOP people are freaking out because the margins are so thin in Georgia. The margins are so thin in Georgia, you can't afford to have anyone telling people not to vote in Georgia. Right? That's how thin the margins are in Georgia. You can't afford to have anyone saying don't vote in Georgia, let alone anybody influential. You can't afford it. But the approach that I'm seeing isn't to sell people on why to vote for you. It's scolding. It's the shaming. You have to vote or the country's over. Right? You repeat yourself a lot. You're blocked, bitch. If you want votes, you have to sell people on a vote on why they should vote for you. And the GOP has taken its base for granted for so long that they don't know how to do this. Tell me how the GOP is in a plantation. Right? I don't ever say this because I don't think white people should say this. So I'm just telling you what other people say. I don't think as a white person you should ever tell a black American that they're on a Democrat plantation. I've never said it. I'll never say that. However, using that logic, tell me how, if you're a GOP base voter, you're not on a plantation. Tell me how that's any different than the plantation that you claim black Americans are on with the Democrat Party. What do you get? Right? What are they doing for you? What is there? Oh, judges. Not that many people care about judges. Hate to break it to you. Hate to break it to you. Judges matter, but judges, if you're a common man like me, are going to side with big business. So for me, conservative judges are going to side with big business, which means me as a common man is going to get screwed over by conservative judges. Right? So you can't come to me and say, judges, I'm the common man. I'm just a working stiff. Your judges are going to side with big corporations and find ways to cheat and exploit me. Judges are a non-starter. You got to come up with more than that. I didn't get my stimulus. I never got my stimulus. They didn't do another relief package. Cost Trump the election. So the GOP didn't do a relief package. They haven't done anything for me. Right? Kim Kardashian got more than I ever got for everything that I did. Oh, you're just making it about yourself, Cernovich. Yeah, I am. You caught me. Kim Kardashian has gotten more from the GOP than I have. So why do I give a fuck? Why do I give a fuck? Oh, you got to have a celebrity in your... Do you know how many fucking celebrities I know? They're just regular people. Right? I have celebrities hit me up. They're just human beings. It's not that fucking cool. They're either cool people or they're not, right? But ooh, Kim Kardashian's coming over. Wow, you can get a selfie. How fucking old are these people, Jared and Ivanka? What are you, 15? You're fucking 15 years old? Ooh, I got a picture with Kim K. How old are you, 5? So for me, and my insight into this, and my perspective is, Kim Kardashian got more than me, so I don't give a fuck. Right? I don't give a fuck. And if you want me to care, I can tell you that my own wife doesn't nag me. Right? Shauna can tell you. I'm so anti-nagging that things that most men would dream for, I consider like, well, that's kind of nagging. So you're not going to nag me into voting for you. You're not going to nag me into supporting you. You're not going to doom it. The country is over if the Democrats take the Senate. The country is over. No, it isn't over, you fucking doom and gloomers. What are you, Satanists? Has God ever said the world is over? If you tell me the country is over, if Democrats win, you are to me a Satanist and you are spreading the message of Satan. Because you are spreading despair, you are spreading panic, you are spreading a demonic message. Right? Jesus has never said it's over because of an election. That's not the message of the Bible. So you're not going to convince me to care because you're spreading a message from Satan and from demons that is all over if the Democrats win. That's not going to work either. You have to have an actual message. Right? And Republicans, they don't have one. I don't use CBD oil. Republicans don't have a message. And that's why they don't know what to say to people. Right? So now they're just trying to shame people. And they're going to find out that shaming people isn't an effective get out the vote strategy. Right? Now, do I think that what Ali and others are asking from Kelly, I don't know that Kelly can do what he wants anyway. So, if I'm playing it, strictly fair and I'm setting aside personal friendships and everything, it's just like Kelly's not Mother Teresa. She can only do so much. So I don't know that you would take action against her because she's not doing, certain things. So we have to be realistic about what people can actually do. So as usual, I'm, the guy, because I'm so fucking smart and nuanced. I'm always in the middle, man. I'm just so nuanced. But, kidding aside, I am kind of annoying like that. Well, he said this, and this other person said this, and here's a different way of looking at that. It gets kind of annoying in politics. Because in politics, you need moral certainty, right? Politics is a lot like sales. You have to close a deal, right? You have to close the deal. See, I can't even afford a new lighter. But I'm supposed to care about big corporations having the rights protected in courts by conservative judges. I don't even have a lighter. I'm just a common man here. But I'm supposed to care about conservative judges who vote to protect big corporations. So here's what I think about all this. Here's what I think about all this. I think that it would be net bad for the GOP to lose the Senate. I think that we need some form of divided government. Right? I think we need some form of divided government, and it would be a net negative for the GOP to lose the Senate. However, if I want people to vote for the GOP in Georgia, I am not going to scold them. I am not going to sell doom and gloom. I am not going to spread a satanic message about despair and about the world being over, because I do not believe on speaking on behalf of demons and on behalf of the devil. I believe in trying to connect with God and the divine and speaking truth and authenticity. So I will not tell you that the world is going to end if the world ends, we all go to heaven or hell. So get right with God. Right? If it really is over, get right with God is what I'm going to say. If you really believe that the world hinges on who wins the Georgia runoffs, get right with God then, because you're going to heaven or hell. Just get right with, then you just need to worry about getting right with God. If it's over, right? Your boy Ali backed down because of Don Jr. on sending bodies out there to vote against GOP swamp. You don't even make any sense, bro. Try to coherently make a point. I don't even know what that point is. My boy backed down from Don Jr. Did they get into a fight or something? Did I miss something? And I love Don Jr. Nobody loves Don Jr. more than me. Now, but that said, I do think the messaging is a little bit off. I think the messaging is a little bit off. I don't think you shame people into voting. I'm smoking a H. Upmann Mag 46. If you're wondering what the cigar of the day is, an H. Upmann Mag 46. Sent to me by Robert Barnes. Because I can't afford Cuban cigars like this. Friends, people, people send me nice things. It's good to have friends. I don't have any friends in the GOP. I've never had a box of cigars sent to me from the GOP. Right? Kim Kardashian can get Alex Johnson out of prison, which was a good thing. But I can't get the people I want out of prison. Right? There really is. It's this weird thing where the people who put in the work and made it happen got nothing, and the people who did nothing got everything. And now they don't know what to do, right? Because in politics, you can take advantage of people usually and get away with it. But you're dealing with people who have lives outside of politics. You're dealing with people who, like me, have a life outside of politics. So you can't shame me into supporting you. You can't shame me into helping you. You can't shame me into sharing your message. You have to persuade me. You have to make me feel the love. And while it's nice that Donald J. Trump has retweeted me a few times, I don't really care, right? I never asked for a retweet. I mean, I don't want to be ingracious. I'm grateful for everyone who's retweeted me. But that's not what I asked for. I asked for Ross Ulbricht to get out of prison. I asked for Ross Ulbricht's sentence to be commuted, and Jared backed it. And now I'm just spiteful, and I don't give a fuck. And you can say, oh, you're being bitter. It's only about you. And I can just say, okay, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Right? We need more of this in politics. We need more people to say, you know what? This is what I want. I didn't get it. Fuck you. Well, it's only about you. Okay, then, fuck you. That's your response? That's what you need. If you actually want change, if you actually want social change, if you actually want a real political movement, then you say, this is what I want. Are you going to give it to me? No. Fuck off then. Fuck off. And you need to, in your own heart, be unapologetic as I am. Do you see me try to, explain away anything or cry or grovel? I just say, here's the way it is, man. Here's the way it is. You don't want to do what you... Flip side is, have I ever guilted any of you in anything? In all of your years of following me, have I ever guilted anyone into doing anything for me? Ever. Have I ever said, if you don't do this thing, the world is going to end? Ever. I don't use guilt. Guilt and shame are emotions that masters use on slaves. Read your Nietzsche. Nietzsche was right about God in a way, because when he said God is dead, he didn't mean that God didn't exist. Most people don't understand what he meant by God is dead. God is dead. If you look at these videos of a 4-year-old boy being groomed into... just go watch the videos. Matt Walsh has. Almost threw up. That's what Nietzsche meant when he said God is dead. Right? God is dead. The whole quote is, God is dead, we kill them. Right? Has nothing to do with there not being a God. When you read your Nietzsche, though, you understand, you got to read The Genealogy of Morals. Beyond Good and Evil is a great read. The Birth of Tragedy is a great read. The most important book, though, is The Genealogy of Morals. And what you learn is that it's master-slave morality. Here's how master-slave morality works. You are my slave. You will do this, or I will call you names. I will judge you. I will diminish you. I will make you feel small. I will make you feel weak. That is how a master controls the slave. That is what the GOP is doing to its base. You better do this thing, or we will shame you. We will guilt you. We will tell you you are stupid. But you're slave morality. If you're free like me, you're just like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you then. Call me names. Oh no, you're going to call me names on the internet. Oh no, you're not going to like me. Oh no, you're not going to invite me to shit. Oh no, you might not. Well, you're not doing anything for me anyway, so like, you have no leverage. Right? What are you going to take away from me? We've given you nothing. But if you don't support us, boy, we're really not going to give you anything. I can't even get Cuban cigars anymore, hardly, because one good thing Obama did was let you order Cuban cigars. I can order Cuban cigars on the internet, right? There's a personal use exemption where if I travel out of the country, I can get a couple boxes of cigars at duty free. So when I was in Canada, I can get duty free. So if you tell me that the world is over under Democrats, I don't know, I can get Cuban cigars again, right? And maybe that doesn't mean anything to you. Maybe that's the dumbest thing in the world you've ever heard. And my response to that is, I don't fucking care. When Obama was president, I could get Cuban cigars. I could order Cuban cigars on the internet. And you can say, Cernovich, that is so dumb, and you don't see the big picture, and you can just insult me all day, and you know what I'll say? That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say to you. Do I worry about my children's future? Well, my children are biracial. So I'll teach my children how to exploit the system. So, no, I'm not worried about my children's future. They're biracial. I don't wear this on my sleeve like, oh, I can't really be all these things the media says because I have a biracial family. I don't ever say that either, right? You ever hear me say that? No. Because when people call me names, I just say, fuck off. I don't care. Fuck you. That's my answer. Fuck you. So I'll just teach my daughters, hey, make sure you're getting the affirmative action. Make sure you're getting the diversity points. Make sure that we're just working over the system, man. I'll teach them that, how to work the system. That's what I'll teach them. So no, you can't just say, aren't you worried about my daughter's future, this, that, and the other. No, we'll just work the system, bro. We'll play the diversity game. Right? That's what we're going to do. So your fear isn't going to work. Your panic and hysteria isn't going to work. You're demonic. You're literally trying to be like Satanists right now. I feel like you're not Christian, you're demonic, because you're trying to prey on me using despair. If you ever come to me with a message of despair, I assume that you're working for the devil. I will just tell you that right now. If you ever come to me with a message of hopelessness and despair, then I will assume that the devil himself is in your ear. Because that's not a godly message. A godly message is vision. A godly message is you wake up every day with hope. You wake every day with love. No matter how bad it is, you have love in your heart. You have hope. You believe the next day is going to be better. You believe the next life is going to be better. That's the godly message. That's the message the GOP should be. We're the party, we actually believe in God. We actually believe in God. We believe in Jesus Christ as a Lord and Savior, and according to Jesus Christ, we should have vision, we should have hope, we should have love. We should believe that the world is going to be better tomorrow than it is today. We should believe that when you die, you are going to answer for what you've said. There's a heaven and a hell. We're the party of hope. That would be my message. That's how I get all these people. Right? If I want to win in Georgia, if I want to live in Georgia, if I want to live in Georgia and get those votes in Georgia, I just tell people we're the party of God. We have a godly message. The Democrats are the party of evil. They're the party of normalizing pedophilia. They're the party of grooming children. And that you need to side with hope. You need to side with aspiration, with vision, with optimism. Republican Party includes LGBTQ, so how can it be party of God? That's for God to talk about. You need to worry about your own life, Susan. Do you fornicate? Do you have lust in your heart? Do you watch pornography? Do you covet what other people have? If you say no, you're a liar. Right? So then you're a liar. So I don't need to hear about LGBTQ. Why don't you worry about your own heart? Right? Worry about the lust in your heart, the jealousy, the covetousness, the gossip, which is a sin, by the way, in the Bible. Worry about all that. And by the way, that's just a reminder that people just don't come at me with your bullshit. I'm so tired of it. I am so beyond over people coming at me with bullshit, because I'll give it right back at you. So if you can't handle it, if you think it's mean, then don't come at me with that shit. What is going to happen in Georgia, I guess, is the next question. Right? Please don't insult John Cardillo. I like him. Please don't insult people I like. That doesn't mean I like everything he tweets, but please don't insult people I like. So what will happen in Georgia? Well, here's what hasn't happened. Has Trump had a rally in Georgia since the election? That's my question. Has Trump held a rally in Georgia since the election? Did that pipe really burst in Atlanta? Do we have any proof that that pipe burst in Atlanta? Why aren't people talking about that more? Why are people talking about fanciful, goofball, cloak and dagger conspiracies involving the CIA and Dominion and not talking about the pipe? Did that pipe really burst? Remember the vote count had to be stopped because a pipe burst? Why is that? Why was that not the biggest story from the right and Republicans of all time? There was a pipe burst, so we had to quit counting votes. I need to see pictures of the pipe burst, right? What happened even there, right? What even happened there? Why is nobody talking about that? Why is Trump not rallying in Georgia? Right? Why isn't Trump rallying in Georgia? I'll tell you why. This is what happens. There's a saying that Twitter's not real life, which is true and false, and here's what I mean by that. Twitter is real life because what happens on Twitter carries out to the real world. Twitter is not real life, though, because Twitter is a radicalized version of real life. Twitter is so the people on Twitter who are conservative or GOP, they are to like a level that's just bizarre. And people who are liberal, they are just far left Latinx. The LA Times is going to start a whole newsletter devoted to the Latinx experience. Meanwhile, Trump had record gains with the Latino vote. Latinos are working class people. Latinos are ready for Mike Cernovich. Latinos are ready for working class values. They're not for this bullshit Latinx. What a fucking weird thing, Latinx. There should have been, and they're very religious, because if you're, by the way, the GOP leadership is racist, so they don't know this stuff. I'll just say it right now. The GOP is racist, that's why they don't know this stuff. They're Latinos, very religious, very church-going people. Why were there not videos in Spanish about how the left wants to make all the kids transgender? Right? Right? They don't even think of this stuff. Right? They think it's open borders is the only issue. Which is dumb because when people are in America, they don't want everybody to come in here. Right? My family's immigrants. My grandparents came over as children from Yugoslavia. My grandmother from the UK. An island off the UK, some isle, something I forget. My wife's parents came over from Iran. And it isn't like, it's the opposite. It's like people come over and they're like, this is pretty great. I don't know if I want anybody. Pool's closed. Right? That's human nature. Human nature is, wow, this country is great. I got in. Do I really want that many more people in? Let's kind of, not really. They don't want open borders. You think Latinos want open borders? Get out of here, right? Get out of here. They care about church, work, having a better life. Pretty basic shit, man. But if you're like this white, rich, GOP racist elite, you think that all they respond to is amnesty and open borders. Like, these are church-going people. So where's your message about God? Right? That's all I'm saying. So you have this massive disconnect now where, and this is why I'm optimistic. Right. This guy says, my Colombian wife says shut the door as soon as you walk through. Of course, that's just human nature, right? It's like my grandparents came over from Yugoslavia. So who am I to tell? I'm only here because of immigration. So who am I to say no immigration? But you know what I say? No immigration. It's completely selfish. That's not a moral position to take. I don't need to rationalize it or spin it. I'm just like, hey, my grandparents came over. Glad they got in. They got in before the deadline. Everyone else, sorry for you. Life is unfair. You know what I'm saying? That's the vast majority of people. Where did I say Dems are the real racists? See, this is just another, there are some real, there are some actual racists on the right, and that's one of them. Did I say Democrats are the real racists? I said Democrats are out of touch and they're idiots. But you're filtering your little neo-Nazi message to such a degree that you're just as dumb as the Latinx people. When Democrats say Latinx, they're not being racist, they're being classist. They're taking some bizarro freak show term that they use in graduate school and trying to apply that to people making $15 an hour as day laborers. Right? That's not, so Democrats aren't racist when they do that, they're classist. They're out of touch. So you're dumb. You don't even know what my message is. And that's why I'm so optimistic. The reason I'm optimistic is that nobody talks like me. And I know that if I want to be Bolsonaro, I can be Bolsonaro. Think about that. Nobody else has my message, which is working class populism. I mean, think about this. Why can't I be Bolsonaro? I'll just say GOP leadership, they're a bunch of racist old white guys because they're useless to me. They're not my allies. You think rich old guys in the GOP are my allies? They don't give a fuck about me or working class people or my dad who worked in factories, right? They don't give a fuck. They care about Boeing and all their rich friends. White Democrats, same way, right? White Democrats, same way. So what if you just create a working class coalition and you're like, yep, Biden's racist, GOP elite, they're racist too. We only care about people who work for a living. Right? That's your message. It's obvious to me. So where is that coalition being formed? Right? Where is that coalition? So nobody's talking like I'm talking or having a message like I have, which means there's an opportunity for me. Most of MAGA's not racist. Most of MAGA bends over backwards to be not racist in a way that is kind of like pandering and a little cringe, right? So MAGA is not only not racist, they're like anti-racist to a degree that's like cringy where you just don't treat people like humans. I just treat everybody like humans. If I like you, I make it clear that I like you. If I don't like you, I make it clear that I don't like you. And I'm not like, oh wow, black guy came to an event, we better all take a selfie. Look, see, we're not really racist. That's half of the shit that I see, which is so cringy. Have I ever tokenized anyone? Right? Have I ever tokenized anyone? No, I don't tokenize people. It's just if I like you, I like you. If I don't like you, I don't like you. Chances are I won't like you, but I'll still be nice. So it's just not true that MAGA's not racist. Or it's just not true that MAGA's racist. Just completely untrue. They bend over backwards to not be. It's the opposite. And that's why I'm optimistic for the future for all of us. I'm optimistic for the future for all of us because I know that there is a message of love and unity and a goodness for humanity that's not going to do it. Yeah, somebody's going to clip that. Yeah, people clip me all the time. And it's kind of funny because nobody believes any videos they watch of me anymore. They're all deep fakes anyway. That's also the future. The future is any videos of me that I don't like are deep fakes. Worked for Joy Reid, right? Worked for Joy Reid. So people can make all their shitty little videos and clip. It's just a deep fake. Another deep fake. But your message, you have to overwhelm the world with love, which is what I do every day. Sometimes it's tough love, but truth and love are connected. If you lie to people, you don't love them. Truth, it's just like when you have kids. Imagine you had a kid. Well, I have kids. If you have kids. Imagine you tell your kid, hey, the world is all flowers and rainbows. Just go talk to anybody. Would that be love? The GOP is saying get into the van for free candy. And I'm the one telling you, don't get into the van. There's no free candy. And then people go, oh, Cernovich, you're a hater. You're so negative. That's love. Love is saying, the GOP is saying, get into the van for free candy. And I'm saying, whatever you do, don't go in that van. Do not go into that free candy van. Don't do it. Now, you might not want to hear that. You might want the free candy. Oh, no, but Mike just doesn't want, Cerno just doesn't want me to have free candy. What a hater. What a nasty person. What a negative person. What a divider. What a big meanie. He's telling people, don't go into the van with the GOP for the free candy. But that's actually love. That's protecting. That's telling you the truth. That's telling you there's no free candy in that van. That if you go in that van, you might never come back. That's what I'm telling you. But then people go, that's hateful, that's mean. I mean, it's just not. It's the opposite. That's love. Truth and love. People who lie to you are the ones who hate you because they hold you in contempt. That even when there are times when I have in my own personal relationships, with Shauna, for example, I have a pretty strict rule, which is, hey, babe, maybe there's an explanation for what happened, but we just don't lie. Right? I don't lie to my supporters. I don't lie to people who watch me. I might couch things a little differently, but I don't lie to people, and people can tell you that. And if the GOP, they're lying to you. They're telling you that the world's going to end if you don't keep giving them what they want, but the world's not going to end. The world might be better. You don't even know. Could be better. Right? Could be better. And the GOP wants to shame you. They want to scold you. And so I'll just tell you again. Even though I want the GOP to keep the Senate because I support divided government, right? Even though I support the GOP winning because I want divided government, not because I think the GOP is good. I don't think the GOP is good, but I want divided government. I want divided government. So cards on the table. I want Kelly Loeffler. I don't even know if I'm saying her name right. I want the GOP to keep the Senate because I want divided government. Cards on the table. But I will not insult you. I will not lie to you. I will not tell you the world is going to end if you don't vote. I'm not going to tell you that all the Democrats are evil. I'm not going to tell you that you have to vote or I'm going to humiliate you and shame you and attack you. Right? I'm going to tell you that you should demand that your vote be earned. And I'm going to tell you that people I like are insulting Ali. I'm going to tell you that I don't think that's an effective tactic. I don't think it's going to work. You can disagree with what Ali's saying, and that's fine with me. I don't care. He can tell you. I've texted Ali before that I just think you're doing wrong things. I'm not going to go into details, but he'll be the first one to tell you. I've texted him before, like, I can't believe you're doing this thing. You know, I think this is so counterproductive. Not recently, but I'm just saying that he'll be the first one to tell you that I'm not just going to carry water for him or anyone. But I can tell you that insulting him and degrading him and attacking him is counterproductive, not just for him, but for all the people who feel disenfranchised. If people feel disenfranchised, you have to re-enfranchise them. You have to get people to buy in. That's the way real leadership works. Because I'm not, and I'm just telling you, I'm not bought in. You know, like I said, I want Republicans to win the Senate to keep divided government, but I'm not bought in at all. Zero. So if you want me, or you want your support, if you want support, then you got to earn it. Right? You got to earn it. And the way to earn it, I think there's a lot to like about Kelly. I think there's a lot to like about her. I like that she's put up her own money in the race. I like that she has skin in the game. I like that she's adopted a more populist message. So I think that's what you need to focus on, right? That's what I think you need to focus on. I like Marjorie Greene. Marjorie Greene was a little mad at Ali. Congresswoman, actually, is this point. Congresswoman. I like her. So I like everybody, really. I mean, who do I not like? I like everybody, really, now that I think about it. But when I see everybody fighting, they're fighting in a way that you're talking past each other and you're not being constructive and you're not realizing that, okay, these people are mad at me. Maybe I should find out why you're mad and maybe I should earn your vote. And maybe you just say, hey, we can't do this thing you said and here's why. Right? So for example, Kelly, Senator Loeffler has staffers. A staffer could just take Ali to the side at one of these events and say, hey, bro, like, we can't do this thing and here's why. Right? You want this thing and we just can't do it and, like, here's why. It's not that hard. Because sometimes you're asking for things that you can't have and there are reasons you can't have it. So instead of yelling at the person, you're just like, hey, here's why we can't do this thing. I get your point of view. This is persuasion. Look, I understand your point of view. Here's what you want. Here's why you want it. Here's why we can't do it. And at least then it's just, that's where we are. We're at loggerheads. Doesn't mean you walk away agreeing. But when you deal with people like that, you know what happens? They tend to come along to your way of thinking. Because you have to treat people with respect. You have to treat people with decency. You have to reach out to people. And you just say, look, can't do this thing. Sorry for you, man. So Joe's saying a press release is too much to ask in defense of Trump. I don't know. Trump hasn't asked for it. Right? So maybe there's something you're not seeing. But it's not my job to tell you that it's too much to ask. That's not my point. Trump obviously hasn't asked for what other people are asking for whatever reason. So it could just be that y'all are missing something. Right? Could just be that y'all are missing something. But it's not that hard to just discreetly go up to somebody like, hey, here's the deal. You know, there's things going on here. Here's the deal, right? Why is that so hard? Really? That's all I'm saying. You have to earn people's support. So that's my message. If anybody wants to be an activist, get into politics, don't do what people are doing now. Don't take your supporters for granted. Find out what you can do to help your supporters. Ask what they want. If you can give, this is what Democrats do, by the way. Ask what they want. If you can give it to them, give it to them. If you can't give it to them, just say, I know you want this thing. Sorry, can't do it. Is there something else I can get? Is there something else we can do here? What can we do? That's the way you actually negotiate in the real world. In the real world of politics. You say, you want this thing? Can't do it, man. Sorry, dude. But give me something else. Give me 3 other things. I'm not going to skunk you. I'm not going to give you nothing. I'm not just going to skunk you. What is it? Give me a list. Give me 5 things. Really important to you. And I will make one of them happen. Right? How fucking hard is that? Really? How hard is that? How is that too much to ask? It's weird because people like to go, Mike Cernovich is a crazy man. The only time I ever feel like I'm crazy is when I say something that is so beneath what we should be talking about that I feel it's crazy to say. I feel that it's crazy that I should have to tell the GOP, you should reach out to influential people and ask them, what do you want? And try to get them what they want. Right? That to me, it's like, have I lost my mind here? I'm really having to say that if you're in the GOP and you're running on a thin margin where you can't afford to lose any votes, you just reach out to influential people and say, what are 5 things you want? I'll move the world to get you one of them. I can't promise you 5. I can't promise you 3, but I will move the world to get you 1. Get me a list. What do you want? Right? Come on. That, to me, shows what a crazy time we live in, where something that should be so basic bitch, banal. Okay, so I'll just tell you 10 things that never happened. Scott Presler was never hired by the campaign. God bless him. He's willing to do all this for free. Scott Presler was never taken care of. Ever. Should have been. Brad Parscale got rich. Has a Lamborghini. What did he really do? Right? He didn't have enough. He couldn't have not bought the Lambo, put Scott Presler on salary, didn't have $80,000. These people are poor. These people don't have, they won't tell you this. I see how people live. I pay for every dinner I have when I go out with people. These people have no money. They just have conviction in their heart. They're willing to do it for free. You can't get $80,000. You can't find, Parscale couldn't forego the Lambo and take that $250,000, put 3 people on an $80,000 a year salary. Right? Right? It's weird. So I'm not mad about what I didn't get. I'm just mad at what other people, because I see how these people are living. Hey, Brad, sell the Lambo. Put a couple people. You could have probably put Presler on a $60,000 a year salary, $5K a month, and he would have been like, oh my God, I'm rich. Now, he would never ask for that. If he sees this video, he'll probably get mad at me. He'll say Mike is talking out of turn. Da-da-da-da-da. There's just a lot of things, so I'm not speaking on behalf of him. I'm just saying that when I look around, that's what I see, and that's why I just don't give a fuck. Because I watched a lot of people get rich. And then other people are spending their own gas money, asking for PayPal, who can throw in a gas tank or something. So they're driving Lambos while the real activists can't afford a tank of gas. Let's sit on that for a minute. So maybe, maybe sell the Lambo. Maybe put some people on payroll. Maybe put some people on a contractor. One of these super PACs could have put them on salary, right? So when I see people needing money for gas while others are driving Lamborghinis and flying private jets, I just don't give a fuck. What happens to the private jet set, to the Lambo set? Poor people are going to be poor under Trump or under Biden. Their life is going to be kind of the same. So those things need to happen, right? Those things need to, and if they don't happen, then don't come crying to me about any of this stuff. Because I'm not the guy to be crying about. Right? I'm not the guy to be crying to about all this. You gotta take care of your people. You just contradicted yourself. So Sam Debo wants my attention. All right, Sam. I've seen a bunch of your comments. I'm going to read your comments now. What's on your mind, Sam Debo? Let's we got a Democrat operative in here, and let's hear from the Democrat operative side. Because I always find it bizarre when Democrat operatives come in and my message is very left-leaning, but like they're still mad. Right? Just like it's like the little nitpickers. All right, Sam's got nothing to say now, of course. Of course. Of course. All right, friends. Thanks for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed the talk. I think I made a lot of people mad today, hopefully. But hopefully, the intelligent people are getting the point. Demand more. That's my message to all of you. Demand more. These people are getting rich. Right? These people are getting rich. They're getting rich. They're driving Lambos while you're asking for gas money. Sit on that for a while and what that means.